Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We are back. What session is this? I don't know. 5?
It is session 5.
Oh, good. Thank you for that. Session 3 with our pair of bards. The soul of Savadar has been passed once more to your friendly DM.
Can you do Irish?
Can you, my man?
Oh
Can
no,
you?
Savadar got sick on the voyage. Cough, cough. He lost his accent again. We'll figure it out. Where we last left off, the party had climbed aboard this smuggling ship. Their heist against Sir Roran Balsine a success. They acquired additional employment under the ambitious Savadar and the timid Raven. Now, bottom of this ship, the 6 of them, our 2 bards, our sea elf, and our 3 kobolds, sit and wait as this 2 to 3 day voyage continues. As the first night falls, Melody, you have a dream.
Give me a second. I love sleeping. Cool.
It's not a long dream. More a flashing of visions. Once again, you're standing in torchlight, and these snowflakes are falling around it. Only this time, you can see faces in them.
In the snowflakes?
Yes, reflected just barely, and then they fall into the flame.
Do I recognize any of them?
Make me a history check.
Ooh, crit.
Crit. You recognize several of them. You recognize your mentor. Some scattered members of the royal family, whose faces you know in passing.
Mm-hmm.
There are also wood elves and drow among them, satyrs, a quickling, a furbolg. Several are clad in this bright gold armor, and you know them to be the Emperor's hand in iron, his honor guard. But just as you recognize them, into the snow, or into the open flame, they are consumed. If you would like to make any sort of check that you can justify, I will allow it.
I would like... So I recognize my mentor, scattered wood elves, members of the royal family, drow, satyrs, quickling. Can I see if... can I do maybe a... Oh, I'm so bad. Investigation check to investigate the looks on their faces?
Sure.
13.
13. Their faces are hardened. Very serious, grim even. They're not afraid, but these are the faces of people who are resigned to their fate. As you're looking, there are other faces that you do not recognize, but they all share a common trait. Their eyes are silver. There pass more elves of differing sub-races, family houses, but also a tiefling. His horns, a crown about his head, his large pale beard, those same silver eyes. As they continue to fall, the images shift, and soon it's just the eyes that you see in these snowflakes. And this chill runs down your spine.
Ooh.
And this isn't the same comforting wind that you felt so many nights before. The familiar one. This is a bitter cold. A lonely cold. As it shudders through you, there is a voice on the wind. A cold fate awaits you. As cold as anyone's, but for you it is special. The wind begins to pick up and swirl.
Why?
And the fire weakens against the strength of this wind. Then all at once, you are left in darkness,
Ooh.
save for the stars above you. And with that, you awaken.
Question about the tiefling.
Yeah.
Did it look like the tiefling statue with the crack in its face?
Make me a history check.
Oh, come on, you know I can't do too good at these in a row. That's a nat one.
That one.
Crit in a nat one.
There was more color in it. It wasn't made of marble.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't recognize the voice.
No.
Cool.
I'm assuming, am I awake at this point, having finished my trance, since I just trance as an elf?
Yes. Yeah.
Then I.
This would be the rest that is part of you learning the items. So you-
okay. I'm just in whatever bunk I have, looking at the smoking bottle. Then. You okay, Melody?
Huh? Yeah, just having a restless sleep on this disgusting ship.
One of the kobolds vomits.
Rue just looks over. Really?
I'm
Come
just
on,
gonna
man.
make a
At
little
least
con
aim.
saving throw.
It was in the bucket!
Okay.
Alright, 10 or lower, I
Better
barf.
be. If there is any on the
I'm
floor,
good.
if there's any on the floor, remember what happened last time. That's right.
This is wiping at his
How long has it been at this point?
One day.
Oh.
None of you have your sea legs?
Do I look like I have sea legs?
You look like you have hooves.
So are they sea legs?
Yeah,
No.
that's a fair point.
One of the kobolds, I will find its name.
Yeah.
Is going to kind of like waddle over to Melody's bunk as I pull this out. Which kobold are you?
Farewell and adieu to you, Elvish.
It is Hesed, the little lady kobold. Says,
Melody! What?
kind of points. You don't wear shoes!
Well, no, I have kind of shoes built into my feet and I'll like click my hooves together.
Do you wear like horseshoes?
Yes? Yeah. Makes it more comfortable.
Oh, I might have some somewhere.
I'd like to insight that. I'd like to insight if she actually does wear horseshoes.
I don't
or
know,
if
I would
she's just
assume it
messing.
makes more comfortable for horses, right? So why would it not? I don't mind being blinged out.
4.
They are not currently blinged out, but it's something you can look for. 4.
Freaking golden horseshoes.
Unreadable. Bedazzled, you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have like some shoes from a horse that I like pulled off when we were in the town. Wow. I buried them though.
You buried them.
I'll keep them safe.
Do you remember where?
You're back in the town.
Oh my god.
I don't think we can go back.
I appreciate the sentiment, Hesed, but, you know, I prefer my horseshoes a little, newer. Maybe not used by a horse, but I really appreciate the sentiment.
Okay.
Also, you gotta remember, we're kind of persona non grata in Salisbury after,
You are.
Okay, hey, you know what? They didn't see my actual face. They think
This is true.
Roarin Double stole from him. See, but you were seen at the scene, so
Yeah, there's been some...
Mm-hmm.
Salvador is just kind of knowingly listening. He's not going to say his own actions in clearing or not clearing Melody's name. But he's there. He's got like a cigar kind of perched in his hand that he's kind of like flipping around. But Lehem, the red kobold, kind of like swats his hand. Like hops up, kind of, no smoking in the room! We talked about this!
Hey, smell of a cigar can be quite pleasant, my friend.
Salvador sort of, no, it's fine. Like,
Hey, you got a spare one of those?
I suppose.
Thank you.
Pulls out a match. No.
I put it in my pocket. And you come on, we both know the kobolds would kill me if I smoked it in here, or they'd at least try to.
Does Damon know you're giving away his things?
He's got a few of these. Damon's listening. Like, I have like a limit on them? I don't know. I just made it up. However, as you're sitting here, kobolds as well, we're going to do a little bit of a time skip.
Thank goodness.
Is there anything you would like to do over the course of these days while you're stuck in this little room together?
I am actually practicing one or two of my sea shanties. I'm just kind of practicing my music.
I'll play a little tune along with him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna practice forging and kind of try and make a seal of Balsine of my own with my forgery kit.
Yeah, absolutely. Make me an intelligence check using it.
Daniel, could I offer her some assistance being an expert forger myself?
Do you have proficiency in forgery kits?
Yes, I do.
Yes, then you can...
Well, the first roll's a 15, and the second one's lower.
Okay.
Do I get proficiency because I'm proficient in the forgery kit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
it's a check.
17.
It's an intelligence check with
So 17.
Yep. Do you add jack of all trades if you make a check?
You technically would.
Yeah,
18.
because it's a skill check. No, not to that, because you already add your proficiency. Because it's a skill check that you're proficient in. So jack of all trades doesn't.
Jack of all trades applies to non-proficient skills. However, it does apply to initiative.
Yes, because it's a skill that...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Does it automatically do... Oh, it does do it on roll 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's any check that isn't like a save or an attack roll. So it's
That's, I think, the highest my initiative has ever been.
Yeah. It only goes up from there. So what was your total?
17.
And this is to make a Balsine seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can,
Yes.
if I want to.
It takes easily like a day and a half. Like we're talking like a full day. You rest, you wake up. You
Cool.
keep working.
Yeah.
But you're able to make a passable Balsine seal.
Nice.
I have to make a note to myself to do something on my end about that. Hello, future Daniel. You're editing this. Do that thing that you mentioned right here. You'll remember. In any case, the second day passes. You work on your sea shanty and you assist Melody. The kobolds fight among themselves over some scraps of food that are brought in.
By the way, is there room enough to practice my swordsmanship in here? Do a basic like kata, or is there not enough room in here?
It is cramped, but it's sort of built like almost like a loose hallway where it's like everything's packed on the sides. So you've got like a length of room that you can march
so
back
I can't do a full one, but I can do my practice. I'll also practice a bit of my swordsmanship in there, being very careful, like to only practice more jabs and such, since I can't do my slashes and everything in such a tight space.
Yeah. I'm going to pull something up very quickly. Because we're going to delve very quickly into your past.
Oh.
We're going to confirm
Yeah.
a small part of your history.
Do you want me to leave?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
We won't have that much context.
Oh boy.
But Rue, as you were practicing this kata, you are sort of pulled back a little bit. As I pull up this little Word document.
Oh, so Mike did finish it. Oh dear.
I'm just gonna pull one at random. But this will just inform a little bit about who you are and where you came from. At worst, perhaps it's a scar you thought you'd forgotten about.
Of course.
But maybe it's a mark of pride. Gee, I gotta read through this. Now. Oh gee, there's so much here. I'm gonna say then, before I delve into the formal checks, make me an attack roll followed by a dexterity saving throw.
An attack roll followed by a dex saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. Red is the attack, the iron and gold is my saving throw. So, the attack is going to be a solid 14 plus... where is it? 5, so that's going to be a solid 19. And my saving throw is going to be a nice solid 17.
Okay, so the attack roll was what?
My attack roll was a 19 and my saving throw was a 17.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he rolled well.
You are sort of feeling out these different moves.
Yeah.
The parries, the individual strikes.
Yeah.
And you are brought back to your first sparring match with Bashara, the other who was recruited to this order alongside you.
Okay.
You are remembering your first bout with this woman.
So she was a fellow trainee then?
Yes.
Okay.
She was the recruit alongside you. And you definitely defeated her in this match. The circumstances of it, the duel itself, it wasn't a duel to the death or anything, but you recall that she is quite fierce. Pleasant and sweet at first, but to those who question her abilities, she could be brutal. And yet, from the jaws of this burst of aggression that you faced, you were able to secure a victory for yourself. The memory fades as you finish this series of motions. It's only the first of many. Now, as this day goes on, you practice these. Melody completes her stamp, her seal. The second day ends quietly. At the dawn of the third day, I have to pull up my map to find out exactly where you are. As you awaken, this second night here, you're more or less used to the rocking of the ship by now. The kobolds, I'll roll for them, are doing really good. Oh my goodness, 19, 19, 20. Never gonna roll that well again.
Yep.
But your first day, your second day, supposedly at around midday, you should be arriving at some sort of port, the drop-off point. But as you awaken, you have no gauge on what time it is, because there are no windows out of here. It is just the pitch dark, save for the glow of this lantern. There are footsteps, frantic ones, on the deck above you, stomping back and forth. And as this happens, Salvador sort of like looks up, scanning above him. There's something going on up there.
Does it sound like we were boarded?
Could be, but kind of shrugs. Won't know unless we take a look.
But at the same time, if they're currently being inspected, bad time to pop the hatch.
Shrugs.
You would fit in. You can go up and check and let us know.
I don't know.
I would not fit in here.
I would fit in, too.
Oh, I also want to keep up my disguise with the disguise kit over the next couple of days. So there's like the different colored hair, little marks on the horns.
Salvador sort of like looks at the kobolds to each of you. I think we all fit in, really. This is... it's a fishing vessel, but there are some stranger-looking folks up there.
Alright, tell you what. How about this then? I'll poke my head out if stuff's going on up there. I'll let you guys know. No, because we cannot let her out of the hold. She is way too famous.
I look different. No one would recognize me. Also, I don't want to leave, so I don't know why I'm arguing. I'll bring up the rear.
All right.
The kobolds all raise their hands.
Can you take one of us with you?
I look at the three of them. I look at them. Which one most looks like they would fit in on a fishing vessel?
So there's the red one, which is rather pot-bellied. And then there are the male and female kobolds, which have like just black scales. They're all dressed pretty similarly, just like in rags.
Okay, fine. One of the two black ones can come with me.
They're going to both roll initiative. Okay, it will be the little lady kobold. Hased.
All right, Hased.
It will be me.
All right, Hased.
Models up.
Let's go.
Hey, you two, protect me.
Kind of like look at each other. Share this little like.
Okay.
I'll hold out a piece of gold.
I'm gonna try to.
If we get out of this safely, it's yours. I'll put it back in my bag.
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll a stealth check to kind of just slip out of the hold without being noticed.
I would like to help you. I don't know how.
Yeah,
I'll disguise him with a little dark, make him darker.
No, just a flat roll. Just a flat roll.
Wait, Daniel.
Yes.
Is there fish down here still in the hold where we are at?
So in your there's a little thing with all the salted fish was given to you for this voyage.
I take one of the salted fish, and I can't believe I'm going to be doing this to my clothes. I rub the smell of the salted fish into my clothes. Interesting. And into my I rub the fish smell into your skin. Have you ever tried to have you ever handled fish when you were working in the meat department?
Yeah.
You can't get your hands not to smell like salmon for a week after doing it, right?
This is true.
So Rue is going to do that purposely to give him the smell of a fisherman. And he's going to make sure that his clothes are properly... Is there a water bucket in here?
There is.
I'm going to make sure to soak the ends of my sleeves and my trouser legs.
Okay. This will not assist with the stealth check, but it will assist in any checks you make to pass yourself off as one of these.
I'll give you hey, you can do gig, kid, wink, and give him an inspiration.
Awesome, okay. Stealthing up. That's going to be a 23.
Okay.
To slip out of the hold unnoticed.
Remember, you're inspired at any point in the next 10 minutes.
You kind of push the crates aside. There's no creaking on them. You climb over, reset it. We'll say Salvador comes and closes the door behind you. You're not the only one making the stealth check, though. The other one rolls well.
Okay.
It's a base 16.
Well, if they get caught, I'm not breaking stealth.
Yeah. I mean, technically, only one of you has to pass because you cover for the other person.
Cool.
That's how group checks work, and it
Sweet.
serves you well here.
I've played with people where it is each of you is an individual, and it is scary.
Oh yeah, it can be. However, you make your way up the steps.
Yep.
Okay. As you make your way up the steps,
I'll leave the door open behind them.
It's open behind them?
Yes, but I'm there ready to at a moment's notice.
There are crates piled up as well, so you would need to climb over the crates and then slip in, and then you could close the door.
Yeah. But I'm ready, the light's still flickering.
Yeah.
And I'm at the door ready to close it.
Okay.
The sign that it's before you go up, hey, whistle if it's you when you come back down the stairs, okay? Cool. If I don't hear that whistle, you're not getting in here.
Okay. You make your way up.
Yep.
Just bit by bit, you kind of get almost to the top of like the next
Yeah.
layer here, and you can hear shouts.
Okay. What do they sound like? Do they sound like a ship trying to survive a storm, or like, oh, we've been boarded?
They're a bit of both. You can hear rain hitting the top deck.
Okay.
And you can hear this frantic, like, closing off the starboard. Be ready. And this, like, shouts back and forth, calls to, like, change things with the sails or to tie things down. It is raining, but, like, it's not rocking terribly back and forth. As you reach the top, you can kind of see down the hull here. Make me a perception check.
Okay. 10.
There are figures in the dark, back and forth. Everything you see is in shades of gray, save for the occasional like torch, but it's hooded. Like they've put like a pot over it to kind of like keep it
lit.
Lit but not glowing. As they're carrying these things around, you can see like flashes of color on them, the glint of steel.
Oh.
These are the crew that is ferrying you, but they are armed.
They're armed now.
You glean nothing else on a 10.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm curious. So technically, does the spell message break stealth? Yes or no? Based on the fact that it's a way to silently communicate with somebody.
It does have a verbal component, so yes, you would have to cast like an abracadabra and then you whisper.
Which is interesting, considering it's supposed to be a way to stealthily speak with somebody.
You can stealthily speak with it. It's just in a crowded environment more than a.
All right, I just kind of gesture for the. How many of the kobolds came with this? Just one.
Just the one.
I whisper to her. Go back. Tell Melody. Keep the door closed. There are people armed with weapons and armor. Okay. We may have been boarded. I'm not 100% sure, but keep the hold closed.
I hope the mic picked that up.
I'm sorry.
Too long, don't read.
The goblin,
Go tell Melody there's people on board.
As you relay this message, the kobold sort of just nodding like, okay. So, and you watch as this little kobold comes out, like runs on up and like pokes his head up.
Hey, your friend wanted me to tell you that there's people, and they're like doing stuff. They got
The what? The what?
Yeah.
like
Hand gestures. The what?
It looks like maybe they want to fight somebody or something. I don't remember what he told me. He was whispering really quietly, but yeah, I think he wanted me to tell you that there's people and things.
Okay.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom.
Salvador, are you gonna go up there?
Salvador is just sitting in his hammock, kind of rocking back and forth. Kind of looks. I can, yes.
Just like report to me if need be.
If it's something bad,
Just like message down. Can you message?
only through so much wood,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know if I have the
I mean,
spell.
it worked to go up, so theoretically it'll work to come down.
Actually, that it did. It did get the captain's attention last time.
Right. I'm actually going to see if he has message. He does not. So no, he...
3 feet of wood.
Um,
But what comes up must come down.
3 feet of wood's actually a lot when you think about the deck. Boards are probably only about that thick.
if it's bad,
Yeah. Also, just get Rue to notify me.
okay.
I know he can.
And he
I
will
think he
leave.
can.
He'll leave you with the 2 kobolds.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As he kind of climbs out, and he will join you.
Yep.
Up with the thing.
So what do I see as I slip further down the hallway? After I sent the kobold, I kept moving forward,
Keep
trying to
moving
get
forward?
Yeah.
Okay. You are getting to a point where your cover's running out because there are people in this hallway back and forth.
Okay.
Are you breaking cover?
I'm not gonna break cover yet. I'm gonna instead of trying to be like purposefully stealthy so much as I'm gonna be more like a crewman who's kind of like when I'm stealthing, I'm not trying to hide so much as be unnoticed crewman. Does that make sense with the stealth
Sure,
I'm going for?
you're more laying low. Okay.
More laying low, like a crewman trying to avoid work than like an unwanted guest hiding in the halls.
So are you like walking down the hallway?
Yeah, I kind of walk and like just hugging the wall, kind of. You know how when you don't want someone to notice you and ask you to do something at work, you kind of hug the hallway and you pull out your phone and you're like, I'm definitely busy.
This will be a fresh stealth check, but with advantage because this is your disguise coming into play.
Okay. That's going to be a solid 17.
Okay. You are kind of bumping past some of these guys. One of them kind of just like brushes shoulders with you and kind of just under his breath like, watch it, and keeps going. None of them seem to spot you out.
These are crewmen I've heard talking above deck before.
Not entirely. The sound doesn't travel the best. Like you could only really hear footsteps. These are crewmen from the ship.
Okay.
Though now you can see more daggers on their belts. A short sword here, a cutlass there.
Okay.
You're making your way along.
Yep.
The ceiling above you, as you make your way through, it's dark outside.
Okay.
It's raining a little bit. Kind of like that misty rain.
Yep. I'll throw up my hood then as I step outside into the rain.
Yes. You're able to get up the next set of stairs, kind of head up. The top deck of the ship. It's gently rocking. It's rainy, but there's not a lot of wind.
Of course.
It's still dark, like the sun hasn't fully come up yet. There is a bright orange glow coming to, as you walked up, turned around to your right.
Okay.
As this very large battleship is closing in.
Oh, damn. Yep.
It is easily like another deck above yours. And you're a small, you're like a humble fishing vessel here.
So this thing is probably, if I was to guess, say maybe an escort vessel, not like a main.
Yes.
So
it's large compared to yours, but it's not like a man of war.
It's like a two-masted galleon almost.
Sure, yeah. I think that's probably if I need to fact check that, I will put it in my.
It's a ship with two sails.
Yeah. However, you can see it gilded in lines of gold. There are ballistas poised on the top of it, all of them flaming at the tips.
Something about like that?
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Okay. Fantastic.
As it is closing in, maybe about like 30, 40 feet away from you.
Yep.
The gap is narrowing quickly. Savidar is also kind of going to be slipping up here. But you've lost sight of him.
Okay. Yeah. And so is there a bunch of covering noise going on up here on deck? Like a bunch of people moving around, the rain, the everything, so it would be safe for me to do message unnoticed kind of here?
Yeah, you could point through the gap in the floor here, which would mean it only passes through one layer of wood. Yep.
It's just like, I'm just going to whisper the following to Melody.
Okay.
Hey. Well, is there a name for the Imperial Navy, or is it referred to as like the Imperial Navy?
It would just be the Imperium would get it across.
The Imperium inspection point. Hint. Seal the door. Don't let anybody in. Stay hidden. Me and Salvador will make ourselves blend in with the crew.
Cool. And with that, I will close the door, and I'll put a couple crates, turn to the kobolds. If anyone finds us, they are human traffickers.
Oh, that's great.
And I will take my shredded cloak and put it on and like smudge my makeup down my face so that it looks like I've been like crying.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, and just when I thought it was a quiet episode.
Well, not fey traffickers. They're traffickers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, as you're doing this, prepping, there is this like earth-shattering as the whole boat rocks. As you watch as this ship finally finishes closing the distance.
Yeah.
And just like into the side of it. Ropes are thrown across.
Oh boy.
Two of the ballistas are doused, and they and launch these shots that like pierce through the top layer of the deck. Chains tied to them.
Oh.
As the first few figures are going to cross. They've got blades in hand.
Yep.
These like savage, like curled blades, almost like almost scythe-like. As they cross and land, their armor is like pure gold, super ornate.
My best panic sailor when those guys start marching across. If I'm like right by the gangway, I'm just like, hands are up. Like, whoa, wait, what the?
I need you to roll me. Technically, it's a D5, but if you want to roll me a D10, 1, 2 is 1, 3, 4
Divided
is
by
2.
2.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 7.
Okay. You, both of you, but specifically, our bard on the deck, Rue, have an understanding of the Imperial military structure. The Emperor's Hand in Iron is a set of 5.
Oh no.
Okay.
Warriors.
Okay.
Fanatics, by some definitions. 5 figures who are utterly devoted to the Emperor. So great is their power that it is rare to see more than one at any location at any given time. The presence of one inspires such fear that to see 2 or more would be an act of war against any noble house.
Ooh.
So 3 or more is a death sentence then.
It's unheard of.
So and how many of the Emperor's Hands is here?
Just 1.
Okay.
You were rolling for which?
Oh boy.
So 4.
7 is a 4. There is this heavy... as the first 4 knights drop, and then the 5th. Taller, crested helm. These like metal spikes kind of going back.
Ooh.
Perhaps once there was like a horsehair plume that kind of ran down, but now it's all just like this charred, like it's been burned away. Mask is down. It's gated, closed. You just like the little visor to see out of. As he lands.
I'm assuming the correct thing to do when one sees the Emperor's Hand is prostrate oneself.
I leave that up to you.
I'm asking about kind of Imperial custom, like.
Make me a history check.
You're still inspired.
Yeah, this might be the time depending on how I roll. That's not even worth it. That's a 3.
A 3?
It's a 3.
Panic fills your mind and clouds your judgment.
All right, I'm just, you know what? I've been arrested before. I know what to do.
Okay.
Ooh.
As this figure lands, you see this big flowing red cape.
Yep.
Burn marks all up and down the armor.
Yep. I just stay out of the way, and normal fishermen just kind of like, you know, the cowering, like it's someone of great power and presence. I am just but a lowly fisherman. Ignore me.
The captain, the sea elf,
Yep.
sword still at his belt, kind of like turns a cautious eye to his crew. They've strapped on this armor, ready for a fight in case. But this ship has outpaced them. They can't fight them off and then flee.
Yep.
And they don't have the numbers or strength, and they certainly have nothing to counter a member of the honor guard.
Of course.
So the captain, summoning up what courage he has, is going to walk up to this captain, this general. The rank is unclear. You are on the sort of opposite end. You're at the back end of the ship, and this is kind of happening toward the bow.
Okay.
So you don't quite see.
Am I able to hear the conversation at least?
Make me a perception check with disadvantage because of the rain.
That's a solid 7.
7. You can see the mouth movements. Some little murmuring. But there are like other fishermen with you who are kind of like looking around, unsure of what to do. They're murmuring among themselves. You can't make it out from here. Savadar still nowhere to be found. Actually, Salvador is somewhere to be found.
Oh boy.
Because he is being dragged back to the room in front of the one that you've barricaded. He rolled a 5 on his stealth check.
He got
Oh, so they
caught.
found him?
He was spotted, and he's being like hastily rushed back down. You can faintly hear this like murmuring. As Salvador is left opposite this door from you. As this conversation continues, the captain is doing his best, but even from this distance, you can see fear in his eyes.
Oh boy.
Denial, perhaps.
Yep.
You've heard stories about these figures. So powerful are they that in some circles, they say the Emperor's hand in iron is made to grab at the throats of dragons. Such a power they command.
By the way,
to threaten even those who rule this continent.
I'm gonna whisper to like one of the fishermen next to me, just kind of in a deep growly voice. What does an emperor's hand want with no name fishing boat like ours?
One of the one who kind of looks back.
Emperor's hand.
I don't know. This is my first expedition this far north. I didn't know the hand came this far.
Same here, kid.
Kind of turns and kind of like glances at you real quick, but doesn't give you a second look because he's convinced by your appearance and he doesn't really know who's being trafficked here or smuggled north.
I'm by the way, Daniel, I'm keeping the hood up and I'm keeping in the shadows.
Yes. For those with dark vision, you are a black and white stain in a black and white corner of this ship, not yet illuminated by daylight.
Ooh.
As you're watching, the captain begins to plead. There is still this calm, but you watch as this knight, he's quite tall, 6 feet, maybe pushing like 6'4", 6'5". His hand kind of goes to his side where this very large sword is. Sheathed, but he's kind of like has his hand on like the pommel now.
Oh boy.
Kind of drumming his fingers on it.
Oh no.
He kind of raises a finger and points across the deck of the ship without taking his eyes off the captain. Captain's gonna make one last check.
I don't know what's going on because I'm nowhere near it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
That is. I wish I'd rolled it in the open. It would have had a great reaction.
That was either a nat 1 or a nat 20.
It was a nat 1.
Oh no!
No, I think that's good.
As
I think that's like an insight.
yeah. As you see him like put his hands out, right? Like, and he'll raise his voice enough. There's nothing here.
This was the captain?
Yes.
Oh shoot, I thought it was the honor guard.
No. As the honor guard, without a word, draws his sword and bisects the man from hip to shoulder.
Damn!
Oh, shoot!
The captain spills out across the deck. The life is gone instantly.
Okay.
As this figure turns and scans. You're just in the dark of the shadow?
Yeah, I'm just and I'm also among crew members. I made sure to keep myself grouped with some of the crew.
His eyes, you can't see his eyes, but his visor just passes over you. As he holds the blade in his hands. And with this echoey voice. You can't make out exactly what he says. In some arcane language, the sword ignites briefly, and all the blood on it just burns off.
Oh, shit.
Turns and back into its sheath. He's then going to start walking. The 4 guards, 2 and 2. He's going to start pointing up, commanding, on these ones, all of you.
Yep.
And we'll sort of make his way up. Sort of not quite towards you, but over to the other side.
Yep.
Where he will sort of peer over the edge. The other 4 are going to scatter. One of them is approaching you.
Yep. I keep my head bowed, just like, I am of no threat. I am but a humble sailor. Like, head bowed, knees just shaking just a little. Like,
there are 4 of you here.
Yep.
The guard is going to grab one of you. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
3. Dang, it's a 3.
Oh no!
It's 3.
Johnny!
I gotta roll in the open more often. That was great. As you watch as this guard like scans through everybody, and just like reaches a hand out, kind of like looking to point at the one next to you, and then turns you, and puts a hand on your shoulder and pulls you out.
Yeah, I stumble, like, I purposely, like, I make sure my stumble is like, it's like I am fully committed to this. Like,
there's not a lot of traction on the deck right now, so it's easy to fake a slip, right? Like, whoa, kind of like being pulled along. He is going to pull you up before another one of these guards here. You're in the center of the deck.
Yeah. I just keep my head down, not making eye contact. I know it's bad to make eye contact with a higher ranking official than myself.
There is no sign of the head guard. This is just the 2 lesser ones, but still authority figures to be sure. You, how much gold is there on the ship?
I don't know. I just got brought on for this voyage.
What are you carrying?
I've just been helping with the fishing. Honestly, I don't pay attention much when you're.
Make a deception check.
I actually don't know.
You still are inspired. You're still inspired. I'm assuming me.
That's a plus. So an 8 plus a 1. That's a 9 because of my because I use the inspiration here.
Okay.
Plus an 8 from my deception. So this takes 15. This up to a 17.
Okay.
That's a 17.
You got 2 people inciting you. It's a nat 2. And a 14.
Okay.
They do not have insight. Let me confirm that. Let me just pull up the. Let's just make sure. They need he's got a nat 14.
Yeah, nat
plus 3 or higher.
Yeah. No.
I couldn't fail that.
One of them looks. These don't look like a rescue mission to me. Another one turns. It's forbidden to fish in these waters.
I don't look up. I'm just like, when you're like you kind of like that person who's like I just kind of like am fiddling with like the hem of my like my sleeve. I'm just like I don't ask questions. I just do as I'm told. I need the money.
How much money are they paying you?
Not much, sir. Not much at all, really. They said they would pay me upon the selling of the hull.
One of them kind of just like idly is kind of like wiping on his blade. Kind of like flips it up over his back. So he's still got the shield in hand. I'm not going to learn anything up here. If they have cargo, it's down below.
I stay huddled there with the crewmen, just like...
Yeah, he'll kind of like drag you back.
Yep.
You wait here.
As this is happening, can I like when Savadar gets brought down, can I bring him in and re-barricade the door?
As this is happening, you're brought back to the crew. The guards are going to go and report what they learned to their leader. One of the crew members is going to make a history check. He watches one of these guys next to you just goes pale. I know who that is.
Who? Who? The guy who talked to me, or the one with the horse pulling?
That's Oarn.
Oarn.
He's the Cinder Prince. The Red Blade.
Oarn? O-R-N? Like corn?
O-A-R-N.
O-A-R-N.
The Cinder Prince, called by some the Red Blade. He'll burn us alive. They speak legends of him. Never this far north. His wars with others. With the Usai and those in the east. I don't know why they bring him this far.
He fought with the blue tiger?
No. With the city itself.
Usai?
Yes. He fights with all who would oppose what he calls the natural order. There are songs sung of the cities he's burned.
But Usai still stands, doesn't it?
It does, but surely the songs aren't all lies. This man cleanses. That's his game.
Yeah, just there's a genuine, like, this isn't Rue acting, this is like a moment of like, oh frick, the Spanish Inquisition just showed up on my doorstep.
A little bit.
They think I'm a witch.
The figure that you've heard referred to as Oarn is going to walk up about like 20 feet away from you and your cluster of people.
Yeah.
And in a booming voice, if you are carrying cargo, know that the ship will no longer exist upon the turning of the hour. Anything worth saving you bring out now, or you send to the sea.
I have all my... Rue kept all his stuff on him. He is a man who knows to, like, never leave anything you love behind.
Sorry, Melody.
I get it, you don't love me.
As
Sorry, not every male character can simp from it.
sort of straightens. I give you 1 minute. Make your peace before the fire takes you. It's going to just lazily sword out
So
in the deck of the ship.
I know the elves around here worship the Fate Weaver. Who do the elves worship back on the mainland again? Is it the Frost? Is it technically the Frost Prince, who's now become, I guess, the seasonal prince?
That is a very different check there. But if you're looking about mainland,
yeah, mainland, yeah.
It varies. They have a whole pantheon. Of
Lyra.
Is Lyra among them?
Some worship Lyra, the goddess of peace,
and love.
And love.
Is there? I just need to know if there's a god of the sea that I know of. That's all.
God of the sea.
Yeah.
Make a religion check.
God of the sea, because that is who I would be to keep my thing. I'd be either praying to I'm looking for a god of the sea or a god of luck right now. That's what I'm trying to remember. We're god of the sea or the god of luck. 9.
9. Your mind goes to Fey Lords.
Yeah.
Let me pull one up here. She who holds the tide is a lady of the Fae who is said to pull waves and to direct their course.
The lady of the tide?
She who holds the tide.
She who holds the tide. My guy is gonna start saying a prayer to the lady who holds the tide.
Okay. As you're sort of mumbling this, a glow is going to start from the base of the Cinder Prince's sword. Red glow. It's going to slowly begin extending down the blade
Yep.
toward the top of the deck of the ship where it's stuck in. You have 1 minute before the ship ignites.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I am looking, as I am saying this prayer, making it sound like I'm making peace with my God. I'm looking around like, okay, where are the lifeboats?
Okay.
I am looking for escape routes.
Make me a very important perception check.
That's, you know what? I am burning an inspiration.
Okay.
We're taking the reroll. No! Oh my God!
Rip in peace.
That's a nat 1.
What was the previous roll?
6 plus 1 is 7.
You see no lifeboats.
Oh boy.
Time is ticking. The Cinder Prince stands. Almost like it's oozing down the blade, this orange glow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The reality of the situation hits one of the elves, and then another.
Yep.
One of them is going to start bolting downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like scrambling,
Okay.
shoving people aside. The other one is going to draw a blade and run at the Cinder Prince.
Okay. I'm gonna try to reach out to stop the fool, like, from attacking the Cinder Prince.
Persuasion check.
Like, I just grab him by the shoulder and I'm like, do you want to die?
Okay, persuasion check.
That, of course, is a 15. And he's plus 6, so 21.
Yeah, he like stops in his tracks, blade shaking.
Sheath your sword and bow your head.
He kind of like looks at the ground.
Yep. Did any of the guards notice this?
They almost look lax, like they're in like a casual kind of like watching this group. Another one is broken off and is scrambling downstairs.
Okay.
At this point down below you, it's just chaos. There are people scrambling back and forth. People trying to like take things off the ship.
Yep. I'm angling myself because are they kind of encouraging the crew, like, basically, we're gonna kill your ship, but we might take you back to harbor on their ship.
They're making no move to say this. They're standing just around their captain.
I am making sure to, as this kind of crew of sailors around me, I'm gonna kind of you know how you can suitably move a group sometimes? I'm gonna kind of suitably nudge our group a little closer to towards the gangplank, the way they boarded us, to just kind of if things go really south, just try to use this group as cover to get onto their ship.
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yep. That's a 10.
A 10. You're not really having much luck with this. You're kind of trying to edge them over to the side, but it's just not happening. At this point, you have about 30 seconds.
Okay, I am. How close are the two ships side by side together? I'm sure.
About 5-10 feet.
If I start
down a drop.
This is a bunch of elf guards. If I start using message to contact you, that is going to tip them off right away that I am. Because Daniel, I'm assuming I cannot do message without them noticing me.
I'll leave that up to you.
Do we hear the scrambling?
You can hear more and more scrambling. You can hear, at this point, screams.
If I can use these guys as cover, I'm going to try a message. I'm going to risk it if I kind of duck down, but just kind of just message. It's they are coming for you. They are coming for you. The Imperium is coming. Pretend to be slaves. Anything. Do not save yourself.
You hear this whisper.
That they're coming?
Yeah, the Imperium is coming.
They're lighting the ship on fire, dude. They're not coming.
No, they're...
I'm gonna point just out and start randomly firing off message.
What are you saying?
Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me.
Okay.
I'll start by going vertically, to the lower deck, and then slowly move my way up.
Okay, you can kind of do that, because you can't, point distance. You're just pointing in a direction.
Yeah, but I'll, start, vertically to where I need, the lower deck, and then slowly, move my way kind of up.
Your first couple, you get, what are you talking about?
As soon as one hits, we're in the cargo hold. What's happening?
Salvador just, looks at you and shrugs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I'm here.
Okay, well, stop. Go away. I'll keep going.
You start pinging people. You can just hear frantic, like, who is that? But more movement. Like, people are just not really receptive. In 30 seconds, you can cast 5 messages. 4 messages. 3 messages after the first one.
Yep.
Are you aiming for someone in particular?
I'm just aiming. I'll aim for, like, where, if you can kind of, I guess, ping where a message came from. Otherwise, I'm just aiming.
You're just aiming at random?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not the people in the room. I'm going to go to the door.
Sure. I'm trying to think the best way to determine this here.
I don't know. There's... How many crew members are on board the ship?
Probably like 30.
30 crew members on the ship, plus the 5 guys who just boarded the guards, so 35 people.
Just do /R 35
Yeah.
and number the guard?
Yeah. Top 5 are the guards.
Okay.
I will give us this roll.
Roll 355 times.
/roll 1d35. 29.
Cool.
Okay.
So close. You ping. Just more scrambling. They're in this frenzy of screams and pushing. A whisper barely registers. Second roll. 14.
I say, help me, we're under the deck.
You're gonna ping one of these fishermen who kind of frantically is gonna like scramble down below decks, and you just hear a bang on the door. Is it locked?
No, and we'll start, I'll come help and like unbarricade it.
Throws down these crates and when they like spill out like these dried salted fish and like bits of rope and little things. Says, you called for help.
What's happening?
You called for help. There's
things scrambling. It was.
They're burning the ship.
Well, I'm not staying down here if we're gonna burn.
It's happening right now.
I'm gonna start running.
You run. The 2 kobolds are hopping behind you. The third one is nowhere to be seen. It was the one that followed Rue upstairs. As you are
Savadar
scrambling, Savadar, he's gonna follow behind you as well. More just jogging. Given the choice, I'll choose the water. I can swim.
I cannot. Like, I probably can, but like not well enough to survive in the ocean.
Right, we'll need to figure out where we're going first. It's dark. I don't want to swim in the wrong direction.
Well, I can't see in the dark, like at all.
All right. Are you breaking to the very top of the ship?
I'll follow the elf, the sailor.
You were scrambling against the tide here because there's people running back and forth. You can hear people jumping overboard to escape this. As you crest the top, you see this figure blade down. You would recognize him immediately as Oarn.
Do I know him or I just recognize him?
You recognize him.
Okay.
He's in like, friend of a friend kind of thing. But definitely someone you've heard about. He's definitely been to the capital before.
Has he ever seen a show?
You would not know. You would remember rather if he had.
Yeah.
But unless he was being discreet.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of secret crush on you. It's
Stop.
No, a big fan. No. You're also disguised right now.
Yeah.
Covered in this like running makeup that you've done.
Yeah.
You break to the top right as the flame ignites on the top of the ship. Even through the rain, this magical fire takes root. Doesn't smolder, it just fully begins to consume the ship. 5 foot square. You kind of the blade out. And steam just kind of off.
Oh, cool.
He looks at everybody. You had your chance. The ship would always burn. I gave you your time to come clean. Now I will make you clean. He's going to turn and begin to walk off. Hasn't really paid much attention to you or Savadar. Savadar's like looking around.
What do we do?
Well, I don't know how far we are from shore. He's going to make a perception check.
Can I also look for like a boat or something we can float on?
Sure. Savadar is not looking for a ship.
Yeah.
But he's going to crit.
Oh, it's a 15.
Okay. Savadar will point out to port, and you can see in the darkness, kind of like just above head height, you have to it's up a little bit.
Yep.
This whole line of glowing lights, like stars, like street lights almost, glowing. Different sizes, different shapes. It's hard to judge how far they are, but it almost looks like a coastline.
Okay.
Savadar points. I don't know what those lights are, but I'm going to swim for them.
Can you pull me on does a 15 see something that I could like a boat or something I could float on if I jumped?
Yes, I could, but kind of like looks you up and down. Do you have anything that's not waterproof? Any parchment? Any notes?
Oh yeah, probably.
Any documents?
Yeah, I've got letters.
Also, that document that gives us passage.
Those are the letters.
That is included here.
Yeah.
If you are going to be swimming for a long period of time, you can consider those things ruined. However, your 15 is going to spot you something. There are various people now running, kind of like dodging around the fire with like large barrels. They're trying to like lash things onto them. Just makeshift rafts and the like. They're like hurling over and then jumping after. You watch as these little, like almost like a canoe kind of like comes out the top, and they like throw it over and then hop after it. There goes the lifeboat. Though at this point, the fire is growing now. If you were to run down below decks, it's uncertain if you'd make it up without having to run through the flames.
Okay.
Did I see something that I could grab and huck overboard?
Yes. Well, you've seen a lot of stuff being thrown overboard and used.
Yeah.
And you know that below there's a lot of this stuff.
Daniel, I like to look for a waterproof barrel.
Sure. You want to run downstairs? There's nothing on the top deck.
You know, I'm willing to risk the fire to go in there. Like, if I see that guy coming up with the boat and throwing it in,
Are they starting to leave, or they're watching this burn? The ship.
The guards?
Yeah.
The 4 are going to start slowly making their way off. Oarn is going to sort of fold his arms. The flame is like licking up around his legs. He seems unfazed.
So immune to fire, damn.
Yep.
And you can see through the flame these 2 glints of orange in his eyes. As he continues to scan, looking for something. Maybe he's not even sure. But this is why he's here. After a moment, he's going to turn and start walking off. Leisurely. He's the last one off the ship.
Does the rain seem to be affecting the fire at all?
No. Okay. Well, I'll risk going below decks to grab it.
You're running down.
Yeah.
You're able to find. There's tons of barrels. You'll just grab one. You want?
Is there I need one that's waterproof specifically.
Yeah. Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Or investigation.
I will definitely, considering the way they're the same check anyways. 17.
Nice.
Cool. You kind of crack open one of these barrels. It's like it's got a seal around it.
Yeah.
You crack open to make sure it's empty. And you can see it's all like wax lined or like tarred on the inside.
I grab that and I'm hauling that back upstairs really quick. Like,
it's got ropes all around it. So
do I see Melody or anybody else up there?
What are you doing, Melody?
I'm looking around trying to find something to toss overboard.
Sure. There's on the deck.
Savadar.
There's very little.
Yeah.
Savadar is sort of pointed out. He is going to like walk up to the side of the deck, and he's going to put one arm over and like hang off the edge.
Okay.
He can just let go at any time.
Do I see him?
Yeah. You watch as Rue comes back up with the barrel.
I pull open the barrel, like showing that it is waterproof. I put my backpack in there.
I put my whole bag in.
I put my backpack in there as well, and then make sure I properly reseal the barrel.
What exactly is in here for both of you?
Or I'll toss in my forgery kit.
Yeah.
And in that has all of my like letters and stuff.
There's a backpack in there for me with a set of fine clothes, a disguise kit, forgery kit, my bedroll, two disguises, along with some candles and some rations, and my and my water skin. Everything else I'm making sure is very securely on me.
Cool. What's your passive perceptions?
11.
10.
10 and 11. Stealth check time. It's a base 10.
So he sees at least me.
Oh, no.
No, this is for who we see.
This is who you see.
Oh.
That's not the page I want.
Oh, yeah.
That's also not the page I want. I want...
Kobolds are big.
Oh, the kobolds.
Okay. It's a 12.
So, nothing.
Neither of you see this little kobold and what she's doing.
Jump in the barrel.
But you're like scrambling, you're throwing things in, you're like sealing this up.
Like I'm making, by the way, Daniel, I'm double checking that this barrel is properly sealed because we cannot risk anything in here getting wet.
There's nothing getting in or out of this barrel.
Sweet.
As you like seal it all shut, Salvador's hanging off the edge.
Yep.
The other two kobolds are gonna kind of like waddle up and join you.
Yep.
What's happening?
We're jumping overboard, and I'm gonna help. Can I help you haul the barrel? And I want to follow, like, kind of grab the rope on it as we jump and jump in.
As she jumps over, I'll let her jump over. I'm gonna grab a second barrel to use as a flotation device.
You're gonna run down?
No, it's like
no. There's no more on
top. Is there no spare barrels up
You
top?
have to run below decks.
No, we'll just use this one. The two of us can kind of hang onto it.
All right, fine. Let's do it.
Okay. So you're all jumping off?
Yep.
Okay, and you all bob back up.
Oh man.
You're clinging onto this barrel? Okay. As you're jumping up, the fire spreads and consumes the top layer.
Well, there goes our ride.
Salvador said he saw lights.
All right.
Salvador's kind of pointing. He's just kind of just waiting.
Yeah. Can you pull us? Is that possible?
I don't know if I'll do much good. You can pull yourselves and kind of like grab on us or take
Well, with the three of us kicking rather than just like one or two.
Daniel, I have a question.
That way we don't get separated. I can't really see anything.
Three of you. You got two kobolds who jumped in.
Oh, sorry, 5.
Does this take me back to my training out of curiosity, the being thrown into a rough sea with nothing but a barrel?
It brings up memories, but nothing specific for the moment.
Okay.
As you into the water here, you can hear this creaking sound.
Yeah.
As slowly but surely, the larger vessel pulls around. Kind of like coming around the side, so it's positioned
So
at
it
90
detached
degrees.
its
Yeah.
ballistas.
Pulling up. And you watch as all these ballistas are armed. As they into the water, creating these massive like bursts and these like shrieks of flame as they hit the water. The surface kind of just these little semicircles of flame, incinerating anything they touch.
I'm gonna duck my head underwater here, Daniel.
Yep.
Hold my breath and just like keep a hold of the barrel above me and use the barrel kind of like to make it look like it's just the barrel, nobody else.
Yeah,
there.
I'll copy him.
Yeah.
Follow as well.
Salvador
just kind of like he's just swimming. He's in the darkness beneath you guys. The two kobolds are kind of like underneath, doing a little like kicky. It's almost like they're walking with like the rope over their head. As you watch, little bursts of flame.
Can we get the barrel to float kind of behind the ship? Like slowly kick it.
We'll move the barrel right behind the
burning ship?
Not the burning ship. Their ship. We'll move it behind their rudder.
Like get
now,
it closer.
If this is their ship?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, right.
Out behind their
If this is their ship, I'm going to make sure this pop is sealed. I'm using some real diagrams. If this is them, this is your ship.
Yeah.
You're like here.
Okay.
So you're trying to like go around?
Oh, okay. If that's the case, we'll tuck ourselves in the shadow behind.
Yeah, try and like slowly
ship.
like swim it.
Like not even swim it necessarily. Make it more look like it's just following the tide.
Like underneath.
Yeah.
Sure. You're gonna pull away, and as you're heading back,
the
ship starts to like fully engulf. Now you can feel the heat coming from it. This ship is going to turn. Start to disembark.
Oh boy.
There were a number of ways this could have gone.
This was just...
I feel like we could have talked our way out of there, but I wasn't going up.
There are a number of ways this could have gone.
I did not want to risk talking to, like, the Emperor's hand. I feel like that
Fair.
was... I'm like, one wrong roll, and especially after he bisected the captain, I'm like,
fair.
nope, I'm not talking to him.
Can we see the ship kind of pulling away?
Yes.
Well, I can't, but...
You can because it's lit.
Oh, nice.
So,
Is Salvador still kind of with us underneath?
Yep.
I say we make a beeline
Yeah.
for shore.
For the lights, then.
100%.
Yep.
Let's go.
All right. He's going to start.
All will kick with him.
Yes. I need everyone to make me a strength saving throw. A constitution saving throw. This includes the cold.
I have a question before we roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can Bardic Inspiration be used on saving throws?
Yes.
I will inspire you.
And I will go right back and I'll say, hey, you know what?
I think we can do
those
this.
hooves are perfect for this situation.
Okay. So that's 20 with the Bardic Inspiration, but minus
That is-
2.
That is
So
going to be a
18.
Con
15.
save.
That's
Oh,
going to be a
con?
15 for a con
Oh.
save for me.
So
there's no
22.
Oh boy. 22, 15?
Yeah.
Okay, this kind of works out interestingly. I'm going to pull up Savadar's stats here.
Oh no, is Savadar the one who fails?
You three are fine.
Oh.
As you're kick. And the lights, you're
The
approaching
kobolds?
Kobolds!
to rise up. The kobolds are exhausted.
Can we see them like falling behind?
One of them's kind of like taking in water in the mouth.
I want to toss them on top of the barrel.
I'm gonna make sure the barrel does not get like waterlogged because we can't afford to lose what's in the barrel.
Yeah. You're kicking your way up, and as the sun begins to rise, just when you feel like you're on the verge of like, oh, I can't kick this water anymore, you feel sand beneath your hooves.
Can I feel things from with my hooves?
Well, you can feel ground. It sinks a little
Yeah.
bit.
As we're on the ground.
You're still in water, but
Yeah.
you're like pulling yourself up. You're kind of like falling prone. Melody, you're kind of like just dragging yourself up onto shore.
I'm assuming all of
Daniel,
my
I'm gonna shift-
everything is washed
I'm gonna
off.
shift the barrel onto my back to get it out of the water as soon as possible.
Yeah, you kind of up,
Yep.
and you're gonna pop it down on the gravel,
Yep.
kind of the sandy
Like
beach.
nice.
Pop it
And then I'm gonna just sit down, take off my boot, and just.
I would like to pop open the barrel ASAP Rocky.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna empty out my second boot.
Okay.
Oh. Man, that is why I hate water.
As you begin to get a look at your surroundings, there's no sign of any of the other crew here. Savadar sort of like drags himself up, sits down. Oof. Well, I felt better about things before, but all things considered,
Pretty good.
Could have gone worse.
well swam, both of you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just. By the way, I'm looking at my nice boots that are completely waterlogged and just.
It's saltwater too. It's not.
My whole outfit is ruined. I
Yeah.
don't have prestidigitation.
Nope, I got minor illusion, and I whip
Dumb.
up in my hand. Daniel, by the way, I'm gonna whip up in my hand, like, what was I gonna say? Melody in brand new clothing. And it's just gonna do a little jig.
I'm gonna take a rock, like a pebble, and throw it at the illusion. Maybe hitting his hand.
Can I try to catch the stone?
Hitting the illusion.
Can I catch the stone,
Yeah,
Daddy?
sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand to catch the stone. I would love to do that. That one.
You kind of just like swat it, and it like bounces into you. It's kind of
Bro, I deserve that.
Probably.
Yeah.
As you crack open this thing, you're pulling stuff out. A kobold is gonna tumble out.
That's where they went.
You made it! How could you breathe in there?
Could it breathe? It was sealed.
It was very, very tightly sealed. This kobold was fighting off the ability to breathe. You weren't going for that long, but it was definitely counting its breaths. Using its very best minute at a time breathing.
Is the stuff dry in there?
Yeah, it's all dry.
Cool. Pull it out. Put it all back in my bag.
I am going to swap my wet clothes out for for one of my costumes, which is a little more. I'm just gonna swap it out for one of my costumes. Which does my costume include boots, Daniel, or does it not include the fresh pair of footwear?
Ooh, yes, if it's a costume, yes,
It is.
it's a full set.
So I'm going to put on this thing that that makes me look more like less like how to put it. The other one makes me more look like a handyman. This one I'm gonna put on makes me more look like how to put it, private security, if you will, kind of a bodyguard thing.
Yeah, a little more straightened out and
yep,
sure, a little tougher.
For the duration of our stay on this island, I'm now your bodyguard. If anybody asks because of those papers, sound good?
Sounds good. Can I change into my fine clothes?
Sure.
Just till my armor dries out.
As you are quickly getting changed.
By fine clothes, I mean the clothes that are in my photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You be styling.
Yeah. More so than the leather.
Yeah.
Stylized leather armor. I will clarify for the listeners.
Yep.
I see. Yeah. As this is happening, it begins to sink in that one of you's missing.
Uh-oh.
Savadar? One of the kobolds?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Lehem?
Lehem.
Uh-oh.
The pot-bellied kobold. You can see his tracks sort of wandering off.
Oh no.
And as you're starting to get like a sense of your surroundings,
It
behind
wasn't
you
that, but almost.
is the ocean. The misty rain is still falling. But it seems like it's on the verge of becoming snow.
Uh-oh.
More sleet.
Yeah.
And ahead of you, dwarfing you in its presence, is the forest. Almost bog-like in that it's these thin trees that are like super densely packed together. Saplings at the front, almost like reaching out into the sea. It stands there. Deep within, you see these glowing lights stretching out in either direction.
How far in would you say?
Some
Like the closest, the
40
nearest.
feet, maybe more. Just lazily drifting back and forth. Swaying almost.
Can I point into the direction of the tracks and go, Lehem, where'd you go?
Yeah, make me a check with your spellcasting ability. It's just a charisma check.
I over 20.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of fire this message off and you kind of burst out of the tree line.
I was looking for my friend,
Which one?
Gaula.
This one?
Gaula, he's somewhere.
Oh, your master?
He
Master.
was our friend, and now he's our master.
Well, it's probably not the best idea to go alone, little guy.
Okay.
Savador sort of like looking. I don't want to be the one to say it, but I think we're lost.
Yeah, I feel like maybe those lights are the road that the smugglers were talking about.
Sort of looks.
Does this beach extend a ways?
Yes.
Okay.
Other direction. It sort of like wraps around almost towards you before going away.
Do we know which way's like north, south? Because we knew we were traveling
Make me a
north.
survival check.
Also, Daniel, I have just sent you an image of my
14.
new guard's outfit, by the way.
Okay. I appreciate that. To your right is north.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know we would need to go south.
Perhaps.
Take away the metal, by the way, and that's what I'm wearing.
He do be styling in that art.
Yeah.
So as you I leave it really to you how you proceed, but Savadar is going to sort of point deeper into the woods.
Should we go to the lights?
There must be a road, yes?
I'm good with anything. Can I shake out my armor as best as I can, try and get the most water out of it as possible?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put it back on.
Sure. Kind of
It's damp rather than sopping.
Yeah. Sure. Kind of pop it on. It's the.
Oh, it just chafes a little bit.
I'm feeling happy with my fresh change of clothes.
Make sure you know your AC.
Yes, I have a -1 to my AC until my leather armor dries out. Once the leather armor dries out,
Okay.
I'll leave that I'll just tie that to my backpack, so it's drying on my backpack right now. As
this is happening, Savadar, sort of, the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's early morning.
Mm-hmm.
Got a long time before night falls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fall asleep here.
Nope.
I don't think I want to fall asleep in those woods.
Nope. You say we go north or south?
I'd say we head straight in.
Well, once we hit the road.
South.
All right.
I know Julian's not too far north. We were traveling for what, 2 days? So this being the third?
Yeah.
There wasn't too much of our voyage left.
All right. Let's start heading in.
Who's leading the party?
Savadar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's our...
How perceptive would you say you are, Savadar? On a scale of like 1 to 20.
He shrugs. I can lead you or I cannot.
Sure, go for it. I'll just be I'll be right behind him.
Make a survival check.
So, Savadar, what's exactly our story now that we're on the island? Kind of here, but not the means we were intending.
Listen, I was hoping to leave the lion to the two of you.
What is it? What
I
do
think
the
our
documents
story
say
is
again?
we were on a tour. We just what's the city we were gonna hit north? Do you think?
Not a city, but the Iron Forest.
Like when we were landing. We're just touring.
Just touring.
Yeah. Playing music in different towns.
Right, and alright, if you say so.
Do you have a better idea?
No, I couldn't lie to save my life. Glad I've got two of you who are more capable at it. But,
Stop. You flatter me.
shrugs that off. As he continues to lead you, eventually you can see a gap in the trees. As it becomes brighter, he leads you through and you're back at the beach.
Back at the beach?
After about 2 hours.
The same beach?
Yep.
After going just straight.
Savadar sort of, oh no.
Oh, you didn't do very good on your survival check, did you?
Well, in the moment I thought I was doing pretty good about it.
Wasn't the light just like 40 feet ahead of us?
Well, yes, but the lights are moving. They're... I don't know. Do you want to give it a try then?
I'll give her a go.
Okay.
14.
14. Beeline.
What did he roll?
A 6. As you make your way up, are you attempting to reach a light or just go into like where the line of lights
Go to where the line of lights
Sure.
are.
So you're not going for you're not picking a light and saying I'm going to walk to that one.
No, we're just walking. I'm walking to the lights.
Sure. The lights are distant from you.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're moving. Some of them brighten or dim to the point where they're no longer visible. Make me either an Arcana, Religion, or Nature check. Your call.
They're all the same.
Okay.
Does it matter? Do I have to specify or?
Yeah, specify.
Do an Arcana.
Sure.
12.
12. You recall vaguely magical creatures. Will-o-wisps.
I knew it. I will turn and I will head away.
At this point, they're all around you. Distant, but you've walked into perhaps a nest. You're not sure these creatures can breed, but...
Yeah. How far in are we at this point?
You can no longer see the ocean behind you.
Guys, we're gonna get lost in here. Would I know what will-o-wisps are? Meta, Caitlin knows.
With a 14 on your Arcana check,
yeah.
you know that they are undead creatures.
Mm-hmm.
The souls of lost people, maybe. Criminals, perhaps. It's hard to say. But you would know that they are evil.
Yeah.
Creatures of death. Who drink life out of their victims.
Cool. Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Do I see the will-o-wisps?
Oh yeah, they're all around. Like,
Do I know what they are?
make me a check. Nature, Arcana, or Religion.
All the same. 17.
17. Pick one.
It's religion.
Religion. Yeah, these are evil creatures, the souls of dead criminals, people who get lost in the woods. They feed on life. As do many things in this forest.
I said we head back to the beach. The best road.
I say we just turn right back around.
Yeah.
And walk out.
Turn around and walk out.
Salvador's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. You sure about that?
Well, we don't know where the road is. We're wandering into a giant forest. I think we're better to stick by the coast, by the beach, and make our way down that way.
Look, maybe the two of you think it's okay to just give up now.
I'm not giving
We're
up.
in
I'm
this.
just trying to get somewhere. I feel like the beach is our best bet.
Listen, this place is heavily guarded. This is a prison after all. You can't expect them to be some empty, friendly forest like you have back home. This is a brutal place to keep people where the Imperium says they belong. If we're not willing to push through it, we're not going to get anywhere.
Well, you tried to lead us and you led us 2 hours back to the beach.
Hey, that was a mistake, and I apologize for it.
So where do you suggest we go then? Just keep wandering?
I trusted your first judgment. If we can head in a straight line, we're going to go inland. There are prisons inland, little ones. We find those, we find the road. You said you had a lie, you're capable. Please. You were so useful before, don't become cowards now.
Well, I will continue going. I would like to go stealthily. I don't know about you guys.
He will stealth with you, as will the kobolds.
18.
The kobolds are rolling with disadvantage, because they are exhausted. One of them gets a 7. You got an 18?
Yeah.
The other one gets also an 18.
Nice.
With disadvantage, it's very good. Salvador. He's going to roll a 5. So we got an 18, a 17.
We're done.
Who got 17?
So what did you get?
18.
18. Oh, then it also got an 18. Yeah.
Yeah, he said we both got 18.
Both 18s. 2 definite fails.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the
Okay.
tying vote.
The survival check you said?
Stealth.
Stealth, okay. That's a 7.
Come on, Johnny.
Okay. As you are pushing ahead,
Oh, I could have helped you.
did you have inspiration to use?
What?
Anything?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
We'll be fighting some will-o-wisps. Be ready.
Mm-hmm.
You are trudging along. The rain has long since ceased, and now a gentle snow is falling.
Okay.
There's snow crunching under your feet. Perhaps what happened next was inevitable, but the lights begin to close in.
How many?
Oh boy.
There are waves of them, but you can see 6 distinctly. Slowly but surely encroaching upon you. They will be here soon,
How soon is soon?
within the minute.
Are they following us?
Yes, they are closing in. They have definitely spotted you,
Yeah.
and one by one, the closest two, invisible.
Okay.
I'm gonna just book it at this point. If we know they're following
Yeah,
us,
I'm gonna
book
follow
it.
her. Just booking it.
Okay. You're gonna start to run.
Mm-hmm.
Make me Constitution saving throws. The kobolds as well.
19.
Oh, I forgot to roll
9.
one of the stealth checks for the kobolds, but he failed horribly.
So that is
Isn't
a
too good.
9 on con.
I need to keep track of how many levels of exhaustion these kobolds have, because I believe the second level of exhaustion is half speed.
I'm sorry, goals. Can you?
If James asks, they sacrifice themselves nobly. You're assuming he's gonna listen.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Okay. Two of the kobolds are gonna fail their saves and are gonna start to fall behind.
Can you grab one? How strong are you?
I'm not that strong.
Savadar is also going to fail his save, which puts him at 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. By the way, so did I fail my save? By the way, Daniel, with my solid 7.
With a 7, you fail your save. You gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, I can make it with 1. I've done it before. I can do it again. I've survived.
I will survive.
You were leaving these 2 kobolds behind.
Oh. Salvador, can you grab one? As they start to slow.
He's gonna grab one at random.
Can you grab the other one?
Roll a d2.
Can I?
Between the 2 of us, let's just grab one of hand each and kind of like run.
Savador's gonna make a strength check.
Is that gonna make my exhaustion worse, Daniel? If I try to help carry this kobold along?
No, but you will have to make another roll later. I'll say if the 2 of you grab it, you're fine. Salvador's gonna have to make a
we'll grab it
Fine.
together.
Alright.
We'll grab it together.
Hey, Salvador, you got this. I'm gonna inspire him.
Okay, what's that, a d6?
Yeah.
It's a crit. But he's still inspired.
Yeah.
As he is going to hurl up a very tired Hesed.
Mm-hmm.
One of you is going to reach out and grab.
Both of us.
Yeah.
We're gonna
both
grab
of you?
together.
Both of you make a strength check.
Okay. Well, I make it at disadvantage.
Flat strength?
Yes.
So 15, so 13.
Daniel, that's a solid 3 from me.
Wait, does Jack of all trades go to that?
Yes.
Sorry,
just-
4 for
So is
me.
it strength or
Strength.
Athletics.
To strength.
strength? So I add half my proficiency?
Yes.
Yep.
14.
14.
4.
Okay. You are able to grab little Elil, who also has 2 levels of exhaustion, and kind of heave him along. Lehem has not failed one yet, which is
Nice.
odd because he's definitely the least physically fit of these. You are running along and you can hear hisses behind you. Lightning crackling against the trees.
Just keep running.
Alright, you've gained
Just
an
keep
exhaustion. You've not gained an exhaustion. Savadar Rin has a level of exhaustion. 2 levels for 2 of the kobolds. None for Lehem. As you're able to keep running, and all of a sudden, through the trees, snowy road stretches out.
Thank
Oh,
goodness.
thank goodness.
Are there any
At
lights
this
on the
point-
road?
I should highlight how long it's been. This is not like a little sprint to the woods. At this point, it's about midday, or later, early afternoon kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it is worth noting you haven't eaten today.
I am going to pull out that nutrition cube, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, are all 5 of my preserves still good? All 5, because they were in my backpack.
If they were in the.
I'm gonna take out one of my ration packs, and I'm assuming the ration pack is just hardtack, dried meat, and dried
Essentially,
fruits.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start eating that.
Yeah.
I pass her one of my ration packs.
The 3 kobolds all put their hands up.
I hand out the rest of my ration packs. I have
I'll buy
no
some for
ration
you.
packs.
That leaves Savadar with no food.
Let
me check. He might have food. He has no food listed here, so no.
I give Savador the. No,
Oh, no,
that's
he does. So he has 10 days of rations. He'll eat 1.
good. Then he can have that. I'm gonna keep my last emergency piece of food.
Okay, which is your little gel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little jelly.
He will eat 1. Right.
I'll buy more.
He's gonna collapse on the road a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, what is this place?
This is Salvador?
You haven't seen snow
You're the
before?
one who knows this best out of all of us.
I've never been here.
Well, you seem quite knowledgeable. This was your idea.
Yeah, this was your
This is your mission, boy.
This was your bright idea.
I have a friend to find. Yes, I have never been here.
You didn't do recon on him.
I did enough. I knew he was in a pit somewhere.
But you didn't
Towards
figure
the
out
south.
Did you figure out which pit? Do you know the roads between the pit? Do you know the guard rotations? Do you know Do you
The
know
towns
who's-
between the pits?
There are no towns
The
here.
prison towns!
Well,
You want to slap him as much as I do right now?
if we head
This
south,
Savdar, yes.
if we head south, perhaps we'll find something. Please,
Oh boy.
kind of like brushes himself off a little bit. We're going to freeze out here tonight
Yeah, no.
unless we can find shelter.
I just kind of quietly make sure I tuck my bedroll back behind my back that I have.
Oh, Melody will be taking that.
No, she will not. Rue is a selfish gentleman.
Oh,
He will politely say no.
I don't know. I think it's hard to politely say no to Melody.
I feel like you're gonna have to make it safe. Okay, continue.
Well, so as you nice reaction there. That doesn't translate well into audio.
No, it does not.
As you are continuing
I
along,
get what I want.
I have to pull up the map again. You were starting to head south.
Yeah. At a brisk but non-exhausting pace.
That would be a fast pace, which impacts your ability to make perception checks, if you'd like to.
Speed better.
Yeah, speed, yeah.
Okay. You can travel at exactly half a hex per day at this pace.
Cool. So we make it half a hex.
Yes. So to the middle of one of these hexes.
Oh boy. But how many hexes are there?
We have no idea.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Streamers at home, or viewers at home. I know what hex. You're probably looking at that hex right now. Are there trees in it? I don't know. Is it even on this continent? I don't know. Maybe those smugglers just threw you on a different island.
You know, that would...
As you continue.
Yeah.
The air grows quiet. But slowly but surely, the kobolds begin to kind of pipe up. I believe it is Lehem, who is not tired, kind of chest puffed out, gut puffed in front of said chest.
This is easy.
This is great.
It's,
Besides the fact that it's freezing, I'm
Would it-
tired, I'm hungry.
would it be wrong to punt a kobold?
I'll turn away.
Sort of,
Listen. We all worked hard today. Every single one of us.
Rue is like it's like just throws a glance over the kobold's head at Melody like,
And if we all work hard, we all share the reward.
What would that reward be? We're in the middle of
I
nowhere.
don't know, maybe you'll catch some rabbits and we'll make a nice
You
little...
you all ate my food.
Yeah, because we were just running.
at this point, Hesed and Eliel are like holding hands, just like dragging themselves along. Drag.
I'm tired. Can we sleep?
Not yet. Is the sun still up?
Yes, but it's setting. Like it's getting to like late afternoon at this point. As
We're just trekking along.
you're just trekking along, as you're going, you begin to notice, soft at first because it's been a while, but the tracks of a wagon through the snow, heading south.
Yes.
As you begin to walk, bit by bit, you see, sticking out of the snow at an angle, a splintered piece of wood.
Oh.
Like an arrow?
Like a wagon, like the side of a wagon maybe?
Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
You kind of pull out this like shard of wood, like a splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Could have come from a wagon. Came from something large and wooden, to be sure.
That was like broken off?
Yes.
I look for the rest of the... Is there signs like the tracks of like the wagon going off the road suddenly? Or
How
like,
long do the tracks look like they've been here? Like, is it still snowing?
It's still snowing, yes.
So the
Fairly,
tracks, do the
but-
tracks go straight ahead or do the tracks veer off to the sides?
They keep going straight ahead.
I say we
Keep
follow
going.
the tracks.
Keep
I think
going.
something.
Follow the tracks.
I take the splinter of wood with me, kind of like.
As you are heading along with it,
I miss all my cantrips as spray.
there is a section of the trees that you come upon.
Mm.
A sphere has been cut out of them.
Wow.
The trees here have been melted. The bark reduced to like a black ooze. Some of the trees bent and pulled out of shape.
Ooh.
As you're kind of taking this all in, some sort of burn perhaps? It's hard to say. But you notice in among them a severed arm
Oh.
with that same burn severing it.
This is
that
Oarn or whatever his name is. Oarn?
Make me an investigation check, one of you.
You do it. I'm exhausted. You do it.
I'll investigate.
See straight.
16.
16. These are not burns made by fire. The ooze that comes off of them, some sort of acid.
I look to the kobolds. Hey.
So do the wagon marks look like they're going into this?
No, they continue straight.
Oh,
I look to the little guys. Hey, your buddy. He wouldn't happen to have been a acid wielding dragon, would he?
No, he was beautiful and bright, like the moon.
Silver then? What did he breathe?
No, they said he was a color. Didn't they?
I believe they said he was amethyst.
Yeah, amethyst.
Amethyst. I don't know what kind of breath weapon an amethyst dragon produces.
It's beautiful.
You said that already.
We'll see what they know. Lehem will kind of pipe up.
What's
It was a punch of energy,
Force.
pure magic. It was very forceful. Dragon.
Yes, they do force.
Ooh, that's smart.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
On the dragon's part.
I see.
Yeah. Worst damage. The least amount of resistance
Yeah.
in the entire game.
Daniel laughs as he's like, haha, homebrew.
Never know. There's some homebrew at play right now, just a little bit.
Daniel's almighty homebrew always scares me.
Yes. As you continue, the sun is now dipping lower in the sky. There is a figure in the dead center of the road, face down.
Being that I am pretending to be your bodyguard, I'm going to gesture for you to stay back, and I'm going to go forward towards the body.
Yes, judging by the tracks,
Yeah.
it was running north,
Okay.
and then just collapsed here.
I-
Arms splayed out.
I'm gonna with my rapier still in scabbard. I'm gonna go ahead and use the scabbard to just flip the guy over. Is there any wounds on the back or anything?
Those same burn marks
Same burn marks. I'm gonna
Acid.
flip him over using the rapier.
in the snow. His face is scarred. There's like cuts along it, all along
Okay.
his tattered sort of like, was it leather armor at one point? Maybe. But it's been so frayed and torn that it may as well just be common clothes.
I'm gonna go ahead and rummage through his pockets, see if I can find anything identifying anything.
You're kind of like doing a little L.A. Noir. You kind of step over and you're like peeking in each pocket.
I'll just wait like 5 feet back.
You find
Yeah.
a very simple letter. Unfolding it, a loved one. Letter left by perhaps his wife, maybe.
Is there a name on it?
I pass it to her. I'm not particularly interested in the letter. As
Can I
like to
read
keep
it?
Searching
It
through
is
the-
just addressed to my dear, and from your love.
I just keep searching through his
I'll
pockets.
put it in my envelope of letters.
Sure.
Anything else, Daniel?
There is an empty sheath on him, a belt pouch containing 7 silver and 5 copper.
I am gonna pocket that.
Alright, it goes to Rue.
Yeah.
And there is one other letter.
Ooh.
More of a scroll tied off.
Ooh. Okay.
Around his neck. Don't break the seal if there is one.
And is there
There is no seal.
Okay.
But it's very finely kept together.
I'm going to carefully unroll this so it can be re-rolled properly.
I guess it would be kept like a scroll, so like the cylinder that you have to uncork and then it falls out as a scroll that you roll out. So you boom, peel it open. It is a very official text written in very fine cursive stating that this driver, and he's a driver, a cart driver.
Oh boy.
I'm going to pull up a name for him real quick.
Is this his license or is this his travel document?
This is Estelar Fehorn.
Are you writing this down?
Estelar.
Yep, Estelar Fehorn.
Is given permission from the Iron Forest to drive his cart south.
Oh boy.
With the assorted passengers, all of them noble folk from the Imperium. So they may retrieve the item of great importance at the cabin. Let me find a time here.
Okay, I'm labeling this, Daniel, in my inventory as Estelar Fehorn travel documents.
Yes.
Can I just... I'm going to want to spend some time with that. Just, maybe when we're potentially able to take a rest.
Yep.
The cabin is no more than 4 days to the south of the Iron Forest. And thus, it shall be no more than 9 days until he is proclaimed missing.
So basically we have 9 days.
When was this written? This document issued? It should say on the document when it was issued.
Yes. I will pull up.
Smart.
I will pull up a date, but it has been. It has been 4 days.
Okay.
So we have 5 days.
We have 5 days, but I look at the guy. Does this thing have any description of what the guy looks like?
On the paper, no.
No. Is there no description? Okay. Does it at least state his race or anything like that?
Well, you can probably see his race.
Yeah, what's his race?
Seeing him, this is an elf. He is a.
Okay.
He is a high elf.
Perfect. I can pass as a high elf.
Perfect.
Take
note of his hair color, length, facial features.
Yep.
So like more of a long face.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
More of a Waluigi.
I'm gonna take him, put him off to the side of the road, to prop him up, and then I'm gonna pull out my disguise kit and just go to work at and just double checking with reference and kind of like.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And then I'll put myself next to him to let Lyra
Nope.
not Lyra, Melody go.
You kind of slick the hair back. You kind of get this like. I don't know. You do something to make the nose a little slimmer and a little like longer looking. I don't know.
A little bit of facial like gum or whatever.
Yeah. You kind of stretch it out a little bit. Salvador's just kind of watching this, like, I see you're quite talented.
I'll help you because I'm also proficient in disguise.
Can I grab the love letter from you because this feels like something I should.
Absolutely.
I take the love letter.
Sure. Make me a disguise kit check. We'll say with dexterity, and you have advantage.
Okay. However, here I'm going to be rolling neutral since I have disadvantage from the fact that I'm exhausted.
Okay.
Go, Johnny, go.
Is that?
It looks
18.
Okay.
It's an 18.
18 plus 6.
Okay.
Nice.
24.
Let's go.
Okay. You pass off, at least to those around you, like a spitting image of this character.
Perfect. What's the high elf accent around here? Would it be the same as near the capital of the? Is it that kind of British snobby accent?
So you are quite a ways away from the capital right now. You've never heard an Iron Forest accent before, but by the sound of this gentleman here, he sort of just hired help. So he could really have come from anywhere.
Could have come from anywhere. I cycle through like the accents of the islands. What kind of like accent would fit someone of his look and persuasion? Like in terms of, like if I was just to take a stab at like high elf.
Yeah, maybe. I would say like the posh British might be the way to go.
The posh one. Okay. Alright.
I love it.
I love it.
Okay. Well then,
One.
we should... Alright, well, we'll also have to come up with an excuse for us to what happened with my cart.
We'll deal with that when we get there. Onward and upward, my
All right.
friends. Keep going.
Yep, by the way, Daniel, I'm gonna take the body and just... Is there, like, a nice layer of snow on this tree that I put him underneath?
A little bit.
Whack.
He's going under the snow. Yep,
Just kinda, you put him down and pile some snow up around
Yep,
him,
and then
or-
I just give the tree
I would
a
like to
slight
run
shake.
and I would like to donkey kick the tree.
Sure, make an attack roll.
What is it?
You should have just like an unarmed strike you can roll.
My ram?
Yeah.
9.
Cool.
I think that misses the tree.
Yeah, I mean, the tree has a little bit better AC. You're going to kind of strike it and it doesn't really do anything. It's a sturdy tree.
I want to do it again.
Sure.
I want to do it again.
I'll give you 2. So if they're both misses, then... Savadar will take a look at this.
I would like
he's
to
gonna-
viciously mock the tree.
He's going to cast Mage Hand and have this little hand come out. This little spectral hand.
Pull the
And it shakes
branches.
the tree.
Yeah.
And it kind of like scatters around, makes it look less
Yep.
obviously piled up.
Perfect.
As long as there is snow, perhaps this one will stay hidden.
We got, like, the snow melting in 5 days. What are the odds?
Who knows?
It's hard to say.
It's gone.
Depends on how many people walk through here with swords made of fire.
Oh, shoot. Those odds are pretty good, actually.
It's fine.
As you continuing to walk, Savadar's gonna kind of... Well, as long as we're here walking together, should we pass the time somehow?
I'll pull up my loot.
That's something. I was going to get down more to business.
Oh.
How much do you all know about the Hand of the Imperium? I think there could be more
A
here.
decent.
Doubtful.
Decent amount.
Doubtful that there's going to be another hand, considering the fact that 1 hand is meant to inspire fear, 2 means an act of war, and 3, well,
That's just downright unheard of.
downright near impossible. The only time all 5 of them are in one place is like usually some grand Imperium function.
Yeah, it would be at the capital.
At the capital.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't waste multiple hands in one place, especially considering the prowess. Did you see? I'm just gonna say it. Did you see that? The muscles on that man and the freaking fire sword of doom.
I saw it.
Ooh, like that.
I saw him, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying. That guy is scarier than a displacer beast.
I don't know, he's kind of cute.
You think every
I was going to say.
you think every hunk is cute.
Part of me thought you might. Well, part of me is glad you didn't.
I very strongly debated it. Running, I was so close
You
to
did
running
not.
up and being like, "Help me! They kidnapped me!"
Oh,
But seeing as you guys were all intact,
man.
you know.
Man, I can't. I don't
seem
know.
like you can swim,
I don't know.
Salvador.
I don't know if your feminine wiles were gonna work on a man of that military
I don't
demeanor.
know. I've done pretty well for myself.
It's like Rue's like, okay.
Savador sort of like he's trying to like count in his head if he knows the hand members, but I don't know. It's
There's 5 of them.
there's 5 of them.
We saw Oarn.
You're saying hand. I think they're more like fingers of the hand then. If there's 5 of them.
What would Oarn be? I feel like he'd be the pinky.
No, that
If
guy.
they're sending him up here, I feel like he's the pinky.
Oh no, he is the thumb. Did you see the as I said, the guy's jacked.
Beefy.
He's the thumb. He's the thumb, if anything else.
Perhaps. I only know.
Maybe he's the middle finger because he's like F you'd. Fired up. Get it?
Oh come on, that was low hanging fruit.
Excuse you.
I do know one of them. I think it must be the pinky if we're going by this.
Yeah.
The patchwork knight.
Patchwork Knight.
Jinx.
Okay, I've never heard of this shabbily dressed
What's
fellow.
his name? Would I know that?
I've never heard of this shabbily dressed fellow.
Of the The hand of the Imperium behaves much like a Fey Lord. The circumstances in which Oarn had his name revealed are likely complicated and paved in blood. But for the rest, their names remain hidden.
Ooh.
They take only their name in service to their emperor.
Ooh.
But the Patchwork Knight is a she.
Oh.
That doesn't matter.
I believe you would say a quickling.
A quickling, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Short, I assume patchwork in some capacity. I've not seen her. But I have heard stories,
Are
legends.
you from a furbolg?
A furbolg?
Yeah. Would I know that?
Yeah, make me a history check.
12.
12?
I think.
You don't recall.
Maybe 13?
Maybe 13? No.
13.
No. And Savadar? Maybe. They're definitely not all elves. But in any case.
Are there any satyrs?
There could be.
Probably at least one centaur. I'm just saying, those guys are built for battle.
Yeah,
It's
they
true.
are. Daniel's face of disappointment.
Oh, gee.
What?
Don't worry about it, Johnny.
Oh, I called one, didn't I?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. No. We're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, they are. In any case, sort of. Well, I want to weigh all our options because I'm not sure what we're going to find at the end of this.
I have no idea. I'm doubting this plan even more by every second. So let's just keep going.
All right. And as you continue walking, make a check real quick. Ooh.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh, great heavens. No. That's very comfy.
Here I am without my tea crumpets and I have to do this fancy voice.
Ah, you're really good at that. Nice.
Here's hoping I got the accent right. If I got the accent wrong, oof, all hell's gonna break loose.
You know what? We're just gonna send it, and if all else fails, I say you kidnap me.
Is that gonna be our default plan?
Yes. That is like my get out of jail free card.
Let's get my get in jail permanently card.
Oops.
Well, as you're continuing to walk, the trees, they it's strange how dense they are and how they just stop right at the road, as if they can't move further. But as you're walking, the occasional sapling sprouts deeper into the road as if the forest is creeping in, closing this gap.
Fantastic.
As the sun gets lower in the sky, you become aware of the stars starting to twinkle out overhead. Savadar sort of, how long do we want to do this for? I can walk all into the night.
We should probably rest at some point. Me and look at the kobolds. Are they just kind of like, are they like just dragging themselves across the ground at this point?
Step by labored step, dragging themselves further and further along.
We either need to rest now or...
We should have fought the fireman and taken his ship and sailed it into the coast.
Do you
And under
really
the
think we
trees.
could have got through the whole crew?
I could have to swing the sling and I get you.
You are more than welcome to fight the fireman the next time we see him. Just give me a 5-second head start.
I am writing that down.
What are you writing down? Johnny's suggestion?
I just killed the kobolds.
Why stop there?
Oh, well, I just killed the party.
Should we try and take a rest?
Yeah. I could use a good trance.
At this point, the sun is starting to set. What does making camp look like to you?
Start a fire.
In the middle of the road?
No,
But we can't go into the forest. There's the will-o-wisps in there.
I say we just find a nice spot on the edge of the road.
Yeah, kind of like on the edge of the
And
forest.
let's avoid a fire. Just, fire's going to draw attention.
Maybe it's cold.
You kind of like crouch around the side of the road here.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically road, sharp trees.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just like at the edge of the forest here.
Oh, I pull my sleeping bag up and around me, like
I would
full
like you to
mummy.
give me that bedroll, please.
I've only got the one, and it's mine.
Cool. Well, are you really sure about that? Unsettling words. I suggest you give me the bedroll.
What does
Please
that do?
make a what is it?
Mm-hmm. Is this a charm effect?
Yes.
Then, okay, so luckily I have advantage, but then
you
it's
now
nullified.
subtract your...
I don't think the save is nullified, is it?
No, saving throws have not been nullified yet.
But you
doesn't
subtract the
matter.
d6 from it,
Oh, okay.
and it's a...
Mm-hmm.
You have advantage for your race.
Yep. And it's a what saving throw? Wisdom or charisma?
I'm trying to look. Wisdom.
Fantastic. And minus the d6, you said?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a fail.
It's a fail. That's a hard fail, Daniel.
Sleeping bag, please.
You watch as like your vision kind of blurs around Melody,
Mhm.
and it's like for a moment the thought creeps in. Her words are very sweet.
My darling, give me the sleeping bag.
Maybe you should give your bedroll to her. Savitar's just kind of like watching this with a look of like suspicion and like concern. He knows what happened.
I pull my sleep. I give a hand over my sleeping bag.
I'm just
kind
like,
of-
so like, for
kind of
this
somewhat
effect, I'm
trance.
just like twinking on my lute, just like on the side of the road, like kind of getting ready for bed,
Just like-
brushing up my skills, and
By the way, is this
nice
one of
little
those
music
things where
notes kind of like float over to him.
Caitlin,
And
is this one of those effects where I realized what happens once it wears off?
I have no idea.
If I get
I
magic?
believe you do, but it does last 8 hours, so it'll be at the end of
Is
your
this a
rest.
suggestion?
Yes.
Oh, this is a suggestion. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just... I take them all off, and then I lean up against a tree.
Yeah.
Dan.
So I'll give me the sleeping bag and just have a
Yeah,
rest.
I give it to her. I lean up against a tree, take my traveling cloak and pull it tight around me.
Sure.
And just kind of start. And I underneath this tree, I pull it tight around me, and I make it look like I'm sleeping. Where most elves, do a fancy trance pose or whatever. I make it look like I'm asleep against the tree, but I am. Actually
I'll cozy into my bedroll,
Yeah.
snuggle up on the ground.
As you're snuggling up on the ground, all 3 kobolds are gonna like come up, poke over.
There's no room inside.
Oh. Gonna kind of go over and like huddle up around each other.
You can huddle up around me if you want. Maybe you'll get a little bit warmer.
And they like go up, like little cats, right?
Yeah,
They kinda
I
just
love it.
curl up and
Yeah,
fall asleep.
I'm fine with that. A little more warmth.
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnny.
Fine. It is exactly what Melody would do. Just wait for Rue to realize what happened tomorrow.
You can realize.
As this is happening, Savitar is going to. I think he also has a bedroll.
You pulled yours out first.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a diplomat's pack that doesn't have bedroll.
He is going to pull out this little bedroll.
I didn't think.
He will kind of lay it down. He says, "Look, I don't want to suggest this, Rue, but it's snowing out. We're still damp with seawater. It's better now.
We haven't dried out over the course of the day.
You've dried out mostly, but he's like
Shoes take days to dry.
I've swapped shoes.
Oh.
You've swapped shoes, yes. Sort of. I don't think the night will be.
What
kind
he's
to
saying
us.
is he wants to snuggle. I'll cozy back up.
Rue just kind of like opens one eye. Am I big spoon or little spoon?
I don't think that. It's
Butt
just.
to butt.
Okay.
I just.
We're
Are
doing.
you sure we don't want a fire?
I'm just saying, if we light a fire, we're gonna draw attention. So if you can build a fire without doing smoke, then sure. But otherwise, it's gonna be a bad idea.
Sort of like looks around. I can... The spells I can cast create heat, but only a burst of it.
That might be best then. Burst of heat, dry out everybody's clothes real quick.
I'm not sure if it's dry heat, but we can
Get rid of the chill.
maybe a little bit. He will cast Mage Hand and try and get to like clear away the snow in an area.
Yep.
He's gonna start to like loosely kind of like pile up the snow between the Mage Hand and himself. To try and make some sort of like snowy
Igloo-ish?
wall, kind of.
Yep.
He's got an 8-hour rest and he can be up for 4 hours of it. So he's doing his best to spend this time like building up a little wall.
I'll help him since I can also be up for 4 hours of mine. So I'll help him as much as
I can be up for 2?
Yes.
May I see that letter that you found, the official one?
Yep, I have it over.
I would like to study it intently with the intent of copying it.
Sure.
But like just study it before I actually try and and potentially gain advantage when I copy it.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, wow.
I think that's +1. Yep. 16.
16? Yeah, you'll have advantage on a check to copy it.
And I'll just continue to study it
Sure.
tonight. And because
As you're doing this, who's keeping first watch?
I will take first watch.
I'll give you the letter back as I'm about to fall
Thank
asleep
you.
though.
The sun is now like all but gone. It's just stars overhead. It's not snowing anymore, thankfully. It's a clear night. You all kind of like hunker down. You're gonna start to nod off. Savadar's gonna kind of like close his eyes and enter his trance. Kind of just like swaying back and forth.
You guys can take 2 watches, can you?
You could. There are also 3 kobolds here.
I don't have dark vision, that's the only thing I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Unless the
And there's no
kobolds-
light, so you're
the
effectively
kobolds-
blind.
The kobolds do they?
The kobolds do.
Yeah, so I can get up with the kobolds if you guys want me to, or if you're trans, you can just take 2.
You do need 4 watches because it's 2 hours per. Actually, no,
So
because he
2
could.
and 2.
Yeah.
You're both elves.
True.
Would you guys like to take both watches?
I'll take 2.
Savdar?
Okay. I can take 2.
Beautiful.
As you fall asleep,
Yeah.
you don't have time to dream before things start happening.
Oh.
Savadar, Rue, you're sitting here in the silence of the forest. There is the sound of an explosion
Oh.
to the south of you. A shriek. The breaking of glass.
Mm-hmm. And that would be I'm willing to bet that would be your target.
There's a fight happening. It's loud enough that you can hear it just passively. You can hear loud grunts of pain and this otherworldly shriek.
Do I wake up at this?
Not yet.
I'm watching, like, is it far enough away that I need to bother the party with it, or is it like how far away is it?
It's far enough away that you can hear it, or close enough that you can hear it.
But is it more of an echo, or more is it like is it an echoing, like, you know, when you hear fireworks from, like, you're in Ladner but you can hear someone lighting off, like, you know, fireworks a couple kilometers away?
Make a perception check.
That was an 89.
Alright, that's a 9, so that's a 10.
It's close. You can't quite make out how close.
I will wake up
Maybe-
the party and notify them.
Sure. Savadar begins to, like, stand up.
Not yet. I don't want to get up.
I just
It's
but
their problem. Let them deal with it. Let
Daniel?
them sleep.
I just take a handful of snow and just on Melody's face.
Yeah. Savadar will give you, like, a kick in the hip a little bit. Like, get up.
So there's, like, just a pile of snow on your face as well now.
I'll shake that off.
The little kobolds kind of, like, snap to attention.
Yep.
What is that? The fight is still going on.
I'll, like, slowly get up.
Okay.
It's not our problem. Let's just leave it.
But it could be. I can't tell if it's coming our way or not. I thought it best to wake you all.
At this point, Savidar is just gonna kind of start walking down the road.
I literally can't see anything.
He'll kind of like bark back at you, then light something.
I don't have anything to light.
He just keeps walking.
We best follow him. Gather the things.
Oh, Kobold sort of.
Down
I'll like
to
grab the
rest it
bedroll,
again.
I'll roll it up, and I'll
No
hold
rest.
it. I'll hold it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have your bedroll. I don't know where you are.
I just take my bedroll back, like without question, because the suggestion is still going. I do believe.
Yeah, I'll keep the concentration up as long as possible.
Wait, it wasn't broken when she slept.
Yeah, it would have been broken.
Oh,
when she slept,
cool.
Yeah.
Like the moment like I realized what happened when she was asleep, if she goes to sleep, I kind of open my eye. I'm like, wait
I'll like give you a wink. Where are we going? You might want to share your bed willingly. I'll grab his arm.
Wow.
Not in that way.
Rue's like, whoa.
Not in that way.
Rue's just like, he's not even red faced. He's just kind of sighs and just puts his head in his hand. It's like, you are an incorrigible woman.
I am very encouraging. Thank you.
Sigh.
Well, I was gonna say there was a chance Melody would go 3 for 3 on this one, but
For what?
Oh my goodness! Okay.
No.
Duly noted.
it's all player characters right now. It's not possible. But Savidar now is about 50 feet ahead of you.
Yeah.
He's kind of cautiously like walking through the snow, kind of doing this that like swaying walk, foot after foot, kind of peeking.
I
The
can't
road
see
bends.
this.
Are you following?
Yep.
Are you following?
I'm gonna hold on to Rue.
The kobolds are like scrambling behind you. You just hear like right as they're going. As you come around the corner, illuminated, you see this grand clearing. In the... Oh gee. I don't know if I have my thing.
We meet up with the party.
Did we just run
Did
into
we run into them?
Are they just... Is this...
No?
Is this the prison riot? Riot!
The road kind of bends and then breaks out into this clearing, continuing south a little ways on.
Prison riot.
There is a shattered wagon, tipped on its side, all burned up, splintered wheels, the carcass of a horse kind of like blown open with this hole burned in acid.
Ooh.
In the center is this wooden cabin. Lights glow from within, from the attic. This creature, spindling knife-like limbs and a circle of teeth in its mouth, crawls up onto the top, and it's bearing down on these figures. You can just see their silhouettes.
I told you we should have left it alone.
One seems to be wearing this like crown about his head. He is coated in acid, burned, just clinging to life.
Oh boy. Oh,
Further back, peeking, you can see this figure, head kind of made out of gems. There's this like shine or like glistening to it.
What color?
Can't make it out from here.
Oh shoot, we just found Jade.
Also behind
A turtle.
is a turtle.
Yeah.
Oh, we just found him! Oh, man.
Kind of like purple vestments, but like a thick kind of winter gray cloak that's been like stretched over him. Behind them, rushing out to face this creature on the roof, is a knight, wounded but in that gold of the Imperium.
Oh, this is our cue to run away.
He is rushing out the door, trying to push past the crowned figure to face this thing.
Okay.
You took your time getting here, so they're going to have quite a few turns before you can actually intervene. But the first thing that Savidar does is he just screams out, his voice echoing across the forest, "Julian."
We found him.
As he points toward the turtle in the doorway.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. A
So
little
early. Hi, friends.
Oh boy, we just wow. So Wednesday, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to try for it. But in any case, thank you all for
Sorry,
listening.
my dice just were very aggressive.
We'll cut it there.
Oh my word! I knew it was the party.
Yeah.